Leonardo DiCaprio is one of the most successful actors of our time. He's been nominated for countless awards, won an Oscar, and starred in some of the biggest movies of all time. Here are some of the roles he nearly graced us with. Number 1. Robin, Batman Forever, 1995. DiCaprio has declined a few superhero roles, starting with the 1995 Joel Schumacher film, Batman Forever. Robin was a role that DiCaprio expressed interest in, but he never screen tested. He did have a meeting with the film's creative trust, but decided against acting the part. Number 2. Spider-Man, first Spider-Man film, 90s. In the 1990s, legendary director James Cameron intended to take on Spider-Man, making him the first director to do so. Leonardo DiCaprio claimed in an interview with Empire that his Titanic director was interested in casting him as the lead, and that a screenplay had been written, but the production had not yet begun. DiCaprio didn't end up playing Spider-Man, and the project fell through. Sam Raimi ended up taking the reins of the project and casting Tobey Maguire in the lead role, and we all know Tobey nailed it. Number 3. Dirk Diggler, Boogie Nights, 1997. Paul Thomas Anderson, a rising filmmaker, gave Leonardo DiCaprio the opportunity to star as Dirk Diggler in his groundbreaking picture, Boogie Nights. Speaking to the playlist, Anderson stated, "I asked Leo to be in Boogie Nights, and he spent many months agonizing and debating about it." DiCaprio turned down this part to play Jack in Titanic. Number 4. Tom Ripley, the talented Mr. Ripley, 1999. DiCaprio turned down the lead role in The Talented Mr. Ripley, one of the cult films of the late 90s, featuring iconic actors like a young Matt Damon and Philip Seymour Hoffman. DiCaprio turned the role down to star in The Beach, which since has amassed a cult following of its own. It would have been intriguing to see Leonardo DiCaprio in the role of Tom, but everything worked out wonderfully for the rest of the ensemble of this highly praised picture. It wouldn't have been right for DiCaprio to selfishly hoard all the good parts for himself. Number 5. Patrick Bateman, American Psycho, 2000. Leonardo first turned down the part of Patrick Bateman in American Psycho after being cast in the role by the studio. According to the Huffington Post, the studio was so set on casting Leonardo DiCaprio that they fired director Mary Harron when she insisted on casting Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman. After Gloria Steinem allegedly warned Leonardo DiCaprio not to star in a film showing violence against women, the film's writer Guinevere Turner backed out of the project, according to Vice. With Harron back on board, Bale landed his first major adult part and took another step towards becoming the A-list actor he is today. It's difficult to picture anyone else in the role of Bateman, the crazy, vicious, and darkly comic investment banker, but Bale. A great reminder that every film is the result of a secret alchemy between the cast and director. Number 6. Anakin Skywalker, Star Wars Attack of the Clones, 2002. DiCaprio said in an interview with Shortlist that he passed up the opportunity to play Anakin Skywalker in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. After saying, "I did have a meeting with George Lucas about that as well, yes," he confirmed that he wasn't interested in the part. Number 7. Steve Jobs, 2015. Steve Jobs, directed by the awesome Danny Boyle, was in the works until Leonardo DiCaprio backed out. In the end, Michael Fassbender was cast as Steve Jobs and absolutely owned the role. Leonardo wanted to take a break after filming The Revenant, which allowed Fassbender to take the role. The Revenant was a physically and mentally demanding film to shoot, so Leonardo DiCaprio's choice to take a break was definitely for the best. The Revenant told the story of a real man who survived a bear attack and being abandoned in the wilderness before crawling back to civilization. The entire crew had to travel to frigid and remote high-elevation locations over a 9-month period, an experience that was described as a living hell. Every day was tough on this movie, the actor said to Wired. "I've never worked on a film that was so challenging." DiCaprio's enigmatic method of part selection once again proved to be fortuitous, as he won an Oscar for his portrayal in this epic picture about fur trapper Hugh Glass. If DiCaprio has any skills beyond acting, it's in sizing up projects and making the right decision about which one to get involved with. Number 8. Stanton Carlile, Nightmare Alley, 2021. The Wrap reported that Leonardo DiCaprio had agreed to play Stanton Carlile in Guillermo del Toro's Nightmare Alley. Unfortunately, DiCaprio and the other actors attached to the movie had scheduling issues. According to del Toro's statement in The Wrap, he departed on really good terms. Bradley Cooper was recruited as the replacement for Stanton Carlile after Guillermo del Toro approached him about the part. Whether not DiCaprio's Netflix smash hit Don't Look Up, which was nominated for 4 Oscars, was the cause of his schedule difficulty is unknown. Or the soon-to-be-released Killers of the Flower Moon, adapted from the factual book of the same name. That one has Martin Scorsese at the helm, so you know it has to be an Oscar candidate. Number 9. Max, Hocus Pocus, 1993. When asked by Variety in 2014 why he auditioned for What's Eating Gilbert Grape, DiCaprio said, "I don't know where the hell I got the nerve." He had been offered more money than I ever dreamed of to play Max in Hocus Pocus. According to Hocus Pocus director Kenny Ortega, DiCaprio talked with him about the project, but the actor ultimately declined the role of Max since he was already committed to 2 other films he was eager to star in. According to Time, Ortega said of meeting Leonardo DiCaprio, "Meeting him awakened me to the kind of spirit and fun and sincerity that I was looking for in an actor." Turning down a lucrative job with Disney to audition for an indie film was a risky move, but Leonardo DiCaprio's gamble paid off when he was cast as Arie Grape alongside Johnny Depp in the critically acclaimed picture. Before he turned 20, Leonardo DiCaprio had already been nominated for an Academy Award for his performance as a young man with an intellectual handicap in the film What's Eating Gilbert Grape. This was the first of many choices that would set Leonardo DiCaprio on his route to stardom, demonstrating that even as a teenager, the actor already had a clear idea of where he wanted his career to go. Film fact: Shutter Island. The powerhouse movie Shutter Island was not nominated for any Academy Awards. This was the first time that Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio worked together on a movie, and it didn't receive an Oscar nomination. Other movies include Gangs of New York, 2002, The Aviator, 2004, The Departed, 2006, and later, The Wolf of Wall Street, 2013, which all received nominations. Let us know your thoughts in the comments.